Hi guys, sorry about that. We'll wait till you guys sign back up or log back on. Okay, so I think we're good. Yeah, so we just have to wait for people to sign on. Hi, Allie. Yeah. Yeah, so because of the delay, the new one should come back. Let's see if my hand's going there. Hi, Judy. What happened and the reason why the video stopped is there's a little guy sitting in an office at Facebook, and his job is actually to make sure that nobody has live stream music on while they're videotaping, because apparently we didn't pay for that music. That royalty was not paid. So we have to remember to shut the radio off when we do live videos. So the music is off, so we should not have an issue. So I'm going to turn it back over to Mona.
Okay, we'll try again. It's beginner's luck, I guess.
No, it was my fault. I forgot to.
So I am using the Concord and 9th triple step autumn leaf stamp. Everybody knows that I love turnabouts, and I still do, but this was unique and sort of like a turnabout, so I thought it was kind of cool. The nice thing is that it has the stamp set and the die. This is the stamp set, and you need to stamp 3 times to get the impression. There's a couple sayings which you could use all over the place. They also give you a few extra leaves. And then there's the die. Believe me, I have it. And here's the die. So everything's kind of covered. The die is a 2-piece, so you could do the solid, or you could do the solid with the insert. This one here was done with the solid behind it and the insert, and then I put another one behind it. This one was done with the solid stamp that says all the thanks for all you do. And then this one right here was just done with the stamps. Now in the back of the stamp set, they show the points in which you should lay out your 3 stamps. So this is always the top where the arrows are. To make things a little easier, I have 3 stamping positioners set up. But I did this a couple weeks ago, got everything set up, and 2 days ago I realized that I could have just followed this and got it in perfectly, because it does fit perfectly over the thing. So, don't do what I do, just follow this, and this can be your layout. You can put it underneath your cutout, and then you'll be able to lay out things perfectly. But it does stamp very nicely. So first we'll do my favorite IO inks. I used olive, blue spruce, and cherry. Those were my color choices. I kind of stick with that for the whole thing. You could do it in all sorts of colors. Doesn't matter what colors you pick. So you'll see, and this is parchment paper that I use. I use the parchment paper so things don't get stuck. But on each one of my stamping platforms, I have this insert, so that all I have to do is take, whoops, it's a done one. A done one. I need one more. Sorry. Oh, there it is. All you have to do is stick this in. Oh. I'm so sorry. I've done this so many times. Well, just give me 1 second. Wow. I just need to cut one out for you. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened here. So I'm going to cut one out. And you see, I'm just using the frame. I'll cut it out quickly. So I'm going off screen for a minute. All right, so now I have one cut. So all I do is, with my frame, I've already got it laid out. I'm going to stick this in. Make sure it's secure. Then I can ink up my platform. I'm going to do the red first, or cranberry, I think it's called. I love IO inks. They're hybrids. And they will stain your stamp, but they're a beautiful ink. They stamp real nice. I'm using the Tailored Expression presser. Lots of times I use my hand because I can never find my tools, but pull that off and you'll see it's in there. You could stamp it again if you want, which I think will do because it's not quite dark enough for me. And if anybody's making comments, I'm kind of focused on this right now, so I apologize. It's been a while since I did a live. So, press down real nice. And our cherry is in, so I can pull this out. I'm going to put my parchment paper back, move this aside, and then we'll go on to the green. Once again, I'm going to put my die cut into the frame, and I always do it this way, so I always have the frame. I just find it easier. I don't know about anybody else, but I find it easier to have the slip the die cut back into its original cut. So there I am. I'm pressing down. Right now it looks like Christmas, doesn't it? You could just do it in red and green. Merry Christmas, I say. So there's that. Let's see if it's dark enough for me. Yes, very nice. So now we have the green in. And we'll move this aside, put our parchment paper back. Now, if I don't clean this right away, hybrid will stain, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. And then our last color is the blue spruce. Pretty color. And again, I use this parchment paper because all of you probably know that these clear stamps will stick and they'll pull up whatever's there if you don't have something there. All right, now we do our blue spruce. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Make sure that's in its frame properly. And then press down. And hopefully, there you go. See how easy that was? And I just, so you can see what I was talking about, on the back of the package, you could really line up using their design on the back of the package. Just take it, put your stamp on it. I usually use a transparency, so I might stick this between so I could line it up properly. So I would take my stamp and then line it up with these. So each one's a different color, and this is your master, so you don't have to fiddle around with figuring out where the lineups are. This would be, sorry, a little out of frame, the easiest way to do it, but they come out beautiful. You, like I said, if I would have just stayed with the red and green and maybe thrown in another green or a pale red, it could have been Christmas. I mean, these cards, you can make these leaves for any season, for any reason, birthday, anniversary, sympathy. Pick out your colors that match your mood. Really, really nice. And look at all the additions you get. So this is one of the stamps. This is one of the stamps. And here's one of the stamps that you use for the try. This is the solid one, which is here. And I think I do have a platform with it. So I'm going to move this, put this down, get out of the way. Now here's the solid one. And basically, the solid one, I did the same, sorry, I'm losing my voice, as the printed one. So the solid one, I've already die cut. I don't have another one though, but I've already die cut, and then it goes in just like this, just like I did the other one. I get my layout and then I put it in. I have to tell you, I tried something, and then you just, generally speaking, for these solid ones, you have to ink up twice, and then the ink will absorb into the paper and fill out real nicely. I did try something new. I kind of wanted a variegated leaf. And so what I did was I took Tim Holtz Distress Inks, the oxides, and I tried to sponge them onto the stamp. But it was a ooey gooey mess, and it didn't stay solid. So I maybe play around with this some more. Sometimes Versamark will help that if you stamp your image with Versamark just to get it a little more sticky. But this was the end result of what happened when I did that, just so you can see. Sorry, losing my voice here. So that was that. Now, one of the backgrounds, if you notice, and I'll bring it up close, hopefully you can see it. You can see all those words behind there. I did that with Versamark. So the lighter is the actual color of the paper, and the darker is because of the Versamark. You know, you could also do color on color if you wanted to do it that way, but this is the stamp I used. It's Concord and Ninth's, sort of like Taylor Expressions Everyday Sentiments, where you stamp all the sentiments and then you cut them out all at once. So this was the stamp, and you notice it's kind of backwards. It's dark, and then where it's white is what's open in the stamp, so that doesn't get stamped, and the dark does. So again, put it in my MISTI, put my paper in. Well, this isn't a MISTI, it's an off-brand, but you get the picture. And then I've done a couple. Ink it up real good, and each one of these is done twice. And just press. Now I want to show you something that happens a lot. If you notice, there's a gap here. So it doesn't shut all the way. I don't know if you guys can see that. But see how there's that gap? This does not happen with the MISTI.
It takes me forever to do one little thing.
But it generally does happen with the other brands. I don't know if it's because the ruler is not as high up as in a MISTI or what. So I try to get as far away as I can from the top edge, because that's what causes it.
Fun paper dye.
It gets caught there, and then it can't shut all the way.
Look at this.
You can press it, which I did, and then you just go over this. You might have a blank spot in the center, so just use your thumb and press it in. But that's how I did these, and I did the two inkings on this one, 2 inkings on this one, and I think I have the green also. Yeah, and 2 inkings on this one. The lineup is a little different than what you're used to. If you have Taylor's Expressions, sentiments, her lineup, she's got the 4 corners and you know exactly where to line up. The Concord in 9th has a little arrow so you know where the top is. And then you just kind of line it up. I notice that there's generally equal distance between the sides. If you can see, equal, 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 equal. And then you just lay it on it. And then I'll run it through the machine. And I will end up with a ton of little words. Hopefully you can see these. We'll move this out of the way. So you get all these words and you can make any kind of sayings that you want. So you can use them like this individually with all of them, or you can use them like I did here as a background. And you could do color on color. If you notice, this is black and the letters are red. That was because I used the reddish paper and black ink. And again, you always have to do this twice. You know, press really hard and do it twice. If you just use white, then it's the color, like these. But very, very easy to do, easy to line up. I use tape just so things don't shift around, but very easy to do. So let me put these back in its little dish. You get lots of words. They also have a, I think they came out with a winter set of words. I'm pretty sure. And unfortunately, the die is different. So it's not like, you know, Taylor, where you can reuse that same die over and over. It's a die. It's a different die. But that's okay. So now we have the last one. I think it goes this way. And you can see that I used one of the words there. And I have the insert. Now, for my insert, I actually cut out one solid white, and then with the die, hoping you can see this, I had the die, and then the cutout die. So I do like an inlay. When I'm getting it ready for my machine, I flip it over. Kind of line it up how I want it. And then I use tape to hold it in place. I love this yellow tape, by the way, by Spellbinder. It's wonderful. And you can reuse it, reuse it, reuse it. So I would go like this. I just pick a couple spots so it doesn't shift. And then I'll put my paper in like this, run it through, and then you end up with a cutout. If you like, I'll do one real quick so you can see. The one thing I am going to show you is when I do these for the inlay, this is all ready, but what I do is I take a dryer sheet. I lay the dryer sheet on the back side, not the front side, but the back side. Then I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine. I'll be right back. Whoops. All right. Now, the reason I do that is most of the pieces will stay within here. Now, I used the die cutting metal plate, so it pushed a lot over, but that way I can preserve them. These I could put right back where they belong. I just use a poker. This is one of my favorite because it has the poker and then it has scoring tools. So I can take this. I lost the balls. I lost a lot of. I was humored by it. Those I don't care about, but this one we'll take. We'll put right back in its spot. There it is. And the reason I do that is because then I can pull just what I need for my color combinations. So this one, I would pull just the little sprigs. So you'll see I have my green one. Here's my blue one. So I just pulled what I needed from that. The red, I just pulled what I needed from that. And the green, I just pulled what I needed from that. All you do is pluck it up. And my advice is not to use tweezers on the little balls because they go flying. So rather than to use tweezers on that, if you have one of those pickup tools, that would be great. But then you just inlay them and they fit in perfectly. And look how nice that looks. Now for the background on this one, I used spray. The Tim Holtz mica stain, the ones he came out with for Halloween and Christmas. And this was the Empty Tomb color. I liked it. Now, I didn't spray it because if I sprayed it, I got this. And if I tried to catch it in the air, I got this. And I really wanted dots. So I mixed my spray up very well. You can hear it clicking. And then I undid it and just splattered it on. So just another way you can do it and get those nice dots. The other one with the like wood grain background was a Concord 9th wood grain background. However, there's like 20 companies that have wood grain backgrounds. So if you have a wood grain background, you know, you don't need another one. Tim Holtz has one. Taylor has one. My Favorite Things has one. You know, everybody probably has one. So, but that's how I got the background. I could have, and it would have looked really nice, I could have used Tim Holtz's Distress, what is it? It's not Distressed Embossing Powder, I think they call it. Yeah, the Distress Glaze. And that would have been a really nice effect. I've used it before, and it's amazing how it looks. And then I just took a couple of my leftover flowers and threw those on. But really simple. And like I said, you can do all sorts of holidays, birthdays, Christmas. Just depends on your color what you can make with this. And the color I used of Tim's for the background was the Gather Twigs. So I don't know if there's any questions because I can't tell, but I'm sorry. If you're interested, like I said, you know, fall is here, and the leaves here, we have these in stock. It's a great die. It's a great stamp set. Like I said, very versatile. These are the 3 cards. A stamp set. Missing a card there. These came out really nice and they're easy to cut. Using the dryer sheet is a great idea, and you can just use cheap dryer sheets, although sometimes they have a smell, so get the odorless, but then you just pop out what you need and you can leave it right like that. Or you could pull off the whole leaf and just leave your little spots, if you can see. And then you have another base that you could use for something else. So lots of uses there. I think that you would really love this one. And it's not a turnabout.
They did one with the hearts too last time.
Yeah, the heart, they have a triple heart, which is basically the same. And now that I know I should look at the back of the package, placement will be so much easier. But really an easy thing to do. It looks difficult, but it is not. I also think that Jennifer McGuire did a video using the leave, and she probably has some tips on placement too. We just got in from Concord and 9th their newest turnabout, which is Thanks. I love on the back how they show you, all 4 colors. So this is if you stamp it once. This is changing colors, stamping it the second time, changing colors the third time, changing colors the 4th time. And they always include a template so you can line it up. Along with that, they also have a coordinating die, and it's a big thank you with the speech bubble, big huge speech bubble. Put lots of stuff in there, little speech bubbles. So that's very cool. And what I'm looking forward to, because Sharon just got these in, is these backgrounds.
Do you want to do one?
Sharon says I can do one, so sure, we'll run one through for you. I have a couple I can use.
I have this.
I think I got a blue one in here somewhere. Oh, maybe not. We're going to do an orange and a white. We'll do. So. If I can get it out of the bag. There. Sorry, I'm stuck to there we go. There's one. We'll get the other one out. I have to make some samples up of the thank you turnabout for you to see.
Or maybe she'll do another Facebook Live on a Friday.
I'm a little rusty. I apologize.
Let's see. She needs some love. If you want her to do another one, we need some hearts, guys. These will be mine because I want a set of each.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Sharon's going to cut them out for us, so we'll see how they look. She's got that metal plate in, so it's going to give you a deep etch.
I hit a blue cutting gun.
It was right on the table. It might have fallen down. Or maybe, oh, here it is. Sorry, just looking for the cutting plate. I hit it. This is kind of what my area looks like when I'm done. And I just got finished doing 66 treat buckets for my grandson's school. Look at how pretty that is.
And then I'll do the, I have the shimmer one, like the
Yeah, okay.
one for the
This is so, look at that. I'm so excited about getting these. This will be an awesome background. I'm just wondering.
this one.
Look at how nice that looks.
Oh, there you
Oh, that's why I did that color.
Yeah.
Oh, and how much are these papers?
See how nice that is? And
Most are $1.09.
and now Sharon's cutting the other one, but oh my God, this is just beautiful. You put so much on it. I love it. She's getting ready to cut the other one. So this is a Concord 9th. This one is called the Quilted Front. And that's here. Put that like that. That's the quilted front. And now she's done.
And that's on the bling paper. This one's the bling paper.
This is on shiny paper. Can you see? I don't know if you can catch the shine. It's a shimmery paper. I think you get it like that maybe. Yeah, you can catch the shine. And this is called the Stitched Stripe. Ooh, wouldn't that look good with a candy cane? But just so you get an idea, there's this. So very cool. I mean, to me, it's a gotta have. So like I said, those are brand new in the store right now. Who knows how long they'll last because they're very cool. Sharon wants a set. I want a set.
Kimball want a set?
Yeah. So
They're kind of like a basic, it's kind of, there's certain dyes that you would have in your stash
Right.
just because you would use it.
Right.
all the time.
These are the type that you would use over and over again for multiple things. But like I said, this one with the shimmer paper just makes me think I need a candy cane and a little holly on that candy cane. I think that's all I have. I'm not sure about questions, but
And now this is where I ask for questions.
okay. Is there any questions?
And then if there's any, they'll start showing up over there.
Okay. These plates, Judy said, love those plates, and she's right. They are very, very cool. Normally, in all honesty, I don't get plates, but when I saw these, I had to have them.
I get plates. I love it. That's like
Sharon likes background plates, and
it's texture and dimension.
but I need a candy cane. But look at how nice it is, so pretty. And most of my leaves I popped up. I don't know if you noticed that, but the cards that I made, I popped them up for a little more dimension. This one opens this way. That could be, just for anything. This one is, of course, a thank you, and it was popped up with some sequins. I always have trouble with sequins, how to place them. And I have one more somewhere here. But you guys get the picture. I guess there's no questions, so I just want to thank you for putting up with me. I'll try to do better next time if you want me back. And have a great, great afternoon. Thank you. Bye.